to the Open Scoring MMA podcast. No secrets, no bias, just the real fight game. Let's get ready.
Welcome to Open Scoring MMA. This is episode 16 for July 5, 2026, your daily look at what's happening now and next across the world of MMA and UFC. Max Holloway is reportedly making some serious waves ahead of a highly anticipated fight at UFC 329. He just got a custom Dodge Charger delivered, and he's calling it kind of a big deal. You know, that's the kind of move that screams money fight energy and really sets the tone for a massive week. It's not just about the fight anymore, it's about the spectacle. And Holloway's clearly leaning into that. He's looking to make a statement even before he steps into the cage. And speaking of Holloway, he's already looking past UFC 329, hoping to convince Dana White on a perfect world Conor McGregor trilogy pitch. He's eyeing a stadium event later this year if he gets the win on July 11th. That's a bold move, but if he beats McGregor, a trilogy fight in a stadium would be absolutely massive. It shows the kind of confidence Holloway has, not just in his ability to win, but in his star power to draw a huge crowd. Now let's talk about UFC 329 because there's some chatter around Benoit Saint-Denis, who's set to face our favorite fighter, Paddy Pimblett, in a high-stakes clash. Fans are concerned that Saint-Denis might be entering this fight compromised, with theories circulating about a staph infection. He's no stranger to battling through staph, so it's definitely something to keep an eye on. You never want to see a fighter go in less than 100%, especially against someone as dangerous and exciting as Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. This is a huge fight for both guys, and we're all hoping for a clean, fair contest. And speaking of Paddy, this is a massive opportunity for him to show the world what he's truly capable of against a very tough opponent. The Baddy's always bringing the energy, and a win here would propel him even further up the lightweight ladder. We're all rooting for him to put on a show and get that W. Moving on, Justin Gaethje is reportedly still riding high after winning a UFC lightweight title last month. He recently visited President Donald Trump in the Oval Office to celebrate his victory. It's pretty cool to see a fighter get that kind of recognition from the highest office. And on the topic of Gaethje, Yahoo Sports MMA reported on President Trump hosting him in the Oval Office after a recent win. Word is Gaethje's win and his subsequent visit are part of a larger celebration of the sport's growing mainstream appeal. It's a big look for the UFC and for Gaethje himself. In other news, MMA Mania just dropped their 2026 mid-year awards, and they're celebrating the fighters, fights, and moments that have lit up the MMA world so far this year. With 6 months of jaw-dropping action behind us, they're highlighting stunning upsets, bone-crunching knockouts, and rising stars. It's always fun to look back and see what stood out, and it just goes to show how much incredible talent we have in the sport right now. We've got an undefeated Polish prospect, Damian Rzapecki, making his UFC debut against Magomedchenko Zainikov, also known as John Pork. Rzapecki is calling it a big fight, noting Zainikov's fame from his nickname and his connection to Team Makachev. Rzapecki, on the other hand, is a friend of Ilia Topuria, so you've got some interesting team dynamics at play here. This is the kind of matchup that can really launch a career, and it'll be interesting to see how these two prospects perform under the bright lights of the UFC. Former UFC fighter Eric Spicely recently reflected on winning a bonus after contemplating giving up mid-fight, admitting he wasn't the same after a fight of the night loss, saying his head was destroyed. This really highlights the brutal toll this sport can take, even on those who are compensated for their efforts. Last month, Justin Gaethje earned $825,000 in post-fight bonuses in one night, which is incredible, but it also underscores the physical and mental sacrifices these athletes make. It's a reminder that even with big paydays, the cost can be immense. We've also got some interesting news from Wendy's Aruba, where the Damian Pina's meal has dropped, marking the first ever fighter meal. That's a pretty unique way to get some exposure, and it's cool to see fighters branching out into different avenues. Who wouldn't want to eat a penis meal, right? Looking ahead to the next two cards, we've got One Championships Inner Circle 21 coming up on July 10th. There are three massive reasons to watch this one: a one world title rematch, a Legends career crossroads, and a six-figure contract race, all happening in Bangkok. That's a stacked card with a lot on the line, and it promises to be a night of high-stakes action. And then, of course, we're all looking forward to UFC 329 on July 11th. We're hearing that a highly anticipated fight for Max Holloway is on the card. And word is we'll also see the exciting lightweight clash between Paddy Pimblett and Benoit Saint-Denis. These are the kinds of fights that define careers and get the entire MMA world buzzing. It's going to be a must-watch event. Now, for our OSM pick of the day, our system has been crunching the numbers. For the Damian Pinas versus Cesar Almeida fight, we've got Damian Pinas to win with a 77% chance. The betting line implies around 64%, so we're significantly higher than the market on this one. This is a strong value pick for us. The top reasons our model likes Pinas are his physical advantages and his recent form. We're more confident now than ever that Pinas gets the job done. That's all for today's Open Scoring MMA. We'll catch you next time. Before you go, two quick things. Check out our free fight tracker at tracker.openscoringmma.com with every upcoming UFC and PFL card, live odds, and where to watch all in one place. And follow us on YouTube. Just search Open Scoring MMA for breaking news alerts, fight breakdowns, and videos you won't get here on the feed. That's it for today's Open Scoring MMA. Keep your hands up, and we'll see you next time.